Morning, everybody. 8:17 a.m. It is May 19th. Hope everybody had a good trading day yesterday. I had a decent day. Long in JP Morgan, like a 60% winner. It was okay. And then not Tesla. Well, Tesla I closed that risk reversal. That was a nice profit. And I had an SPX call credit spread that went my way. I took profits. It was good early because then the market exploded higher. Um, so, without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. Use volume and market profile, supply and demand, game exposure levels to create scenarios in the market, trade plans, and that's what we do here. This market's been a little overextended as of late, but that doesn't mean it can't keep going, right? So, subscribe if you haven't already. Set an alert. As always, appreciate if you give me a like. That'd help me out. You can always follow me on Twitter, Gonzo719. And you can always follow me on Instagram, that's Gonzo719 Jersey. I have a little bit of an announcement to make. I'm going to be taking a brief hiatus. Maybe for the next couple weeks to a month, I would think. I just got a new job opportunity and that requires me to be on site during the day for the next, for I don't know how long. I'm assuming maybe up to a couple weeks to a month. And that will obviously take me away from doing this channel and really day trading. So, but however, once I become remote, I'll come back and I will be doing the channel again. So hopefully that's in a couple weeks to a month. And I come back and I'm right back and we make our trade plans together, talk about the market. So just want to let everybody know that come Monday morning, you will not be getting any video from me. Now, as far as that, I'm probably going to be swing trading a little more in that time. And I'm not making any promises. I might do some maybe trade recaps after I get home from work, see what the market did, see what I'm looking at as far as maybe like scenarios, swing scenarios. Have to see how I feel after going to work, but no promise. But I might do that every now and then, pop in and just do a recap of what I see. Maybe I'll do something on Sundays before the market, just for the preview for the week. I don't know really. I have to think about it, right? But I will be back eventually, so just letting everybody know that. Good morning, Chief. Let's get into futures, the watch list, right? And just let everybody know this is very unexpected. This opportunity, very unexpected. So it's a positive thing. So let's get into it. All right. So what do we have here? We have crude. Crude's up 1.9%. Ether's up 1%. Silver's up 0.69. That's interesting. Oh yeah, 10-year yield reports at 820. So the yield is up 0.69. That is very odd. Okay. I told you guys yesterday, the bond market's the smart money. Notice that yields in the market shouldn't be going up together. Okay, so one of them is lying. Silver's up 0.62. Some big orders coming in the market right now. I don't know if you guys can hear those alarms going off, but those are large orders being hit. I don't know what market that was in, but that was pretty large orders. So let's get over here. Russell up 0.40. Silver up 0.6. Gold up 0.35. The Dow is up 0.27. ES is up 0.25. Nasdaq is flat. So the Nasdaq right now, after the big move, is flat. It's the weaker of the indexes. The VIX is slightly down at 16. And there you go, bonds being sold, 30-year bonds being sold. And the dollar had a couple days rising. It's down 0.36. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at some leaders and laggards. Okay, Google. They're in some news. Okay, they just defeated a lawsuit, and Samsung has now said they are not changing to Bing as their default search engine. This is most likely why Google is up 1.22% pre-market. Okay. Now Tesla made some money with Tesla this week. So key level was 175 yesterday. Now the level I'm looking at is 177 and a half. That's a very, very key level. We'll look at that later. Okay, very, very key level. Now the thing I forgot to put on my card for YouTube is its OPEX today. It's OPEX. So monthly expirations or monthly options are expiring today. So expect a little craziness. Okay, but then once we get past the noontime, I would expect some pinning to happen and see stocks. So with large gamma levels like, let's say, Apple at 175, if we don't get much movement, Apple could definitely pin there. Okay, and what happens is, once, they call it Vanna and Charm and all that stuff, but once, today, a certain point, data, everything starts to go down. The expirations today, market makers and dealers don't have to hedge as much. That is why we might get muted movement later in the day. So if Apple's around 175, and that's a high gamma level, right? You're going to get buying and selling around that. And then once we go into the afternoon, there's not going to be much hedging to do anymore. People are going to close their positions out. Dealers and market makers can close their positions out. And that's why sometimes you can get on a OPEX day, not after like the afternoon, not a big move. Because that's what assists moves is dealers and market makers. Okay? Just keep that in mind. You might get some craziness till like noon. Well, you got Powell talking today at 11 a.m. too. Okay? Alright, let's get into coin, up 0.4, right? Now, the reason why I was long JP Morgan, it broke a key level yesterday. And now you're getting some continuation. So I was there for the initial breakout, but then I held and I got stopped, but I still had a winner. But I thought I got continuation and it pulled back a little farther than what I thought. That's okay. Tesla's also, again, talking about India. I'm trying to just give you guys what I saw in the news. Boeing, I was looking at 205. That's a very key level. It's above that now, but I'd like to see a pullback to that. Okay. And what do we got here? Netflix took off like a rocket, so did Nvidia. Those are getting little pullbacks right now, along with AMD. The semiconductors had a big push with AI. The market's about all AI, right? Snow's been on a run lately. That is down 1.06%. That was also a long for me the other day because of a potential breakout, and it broke out. Baba, what a change, right? What a change. So Baba got destroyed. Then it made a little comeback. And I had a couple longs in that comeback. However, now with the bad earnings and China's economy not as strong as we think, it's down 1.25%. Now, what I'm looking at today is I'm looking at a pullback to 85. That is the gamma flip point. Okay. Now, it's important because it's OPEX. Now, that might just pin around that level today. But early on, I might be able to get a day trade off that. Okay. Let's talk about top sector stocks. Okay, now let me see if I missed any other news that I want to tell you guys. Okay, Applied Materials, ticker AMAT. They raised their price target, and Walmart raised their price target. Okay, what else in the news? Let's see here. Disney got a downgrade. Okay, now let's look at these top. You see some things I have highlighted, right? Okay, let's go with the leader. That is Exxon. Cat. Now, Cat, I can only assume it's a sympathy play because John Deere had good earnings. Now, Cat hit a very pivotal support level the other day, which I had an alert on. So, and it's bounced off of it. Okay. Chevron. Now, Visa. On Visa, look at a chart on Visa, and you look at the resistance on Visa. If we break that, oh boy. Okay. Now, Goldman Sachs. Look at the chart. We can look at it later. 330.28's the level. Okay, I'd like to see a break and hold it at today. Now, I'm a little skeptical on the overall market moving much higher today. However, Goldman Sachs been beaten down, financials been beaten down. If that can get some momentum today, that could explode higher. Okay, I'm watching that. Home Depot, bad earnings, right? However, 295 is the level I'm watching. I'd like to see a pull back to that, and that's a very key level. Lots of shorts there that we could explode higher. Okay. And Roblox. Just look at Roblox's chart at a key resistance area. Okay. And of course, Disney's a laggard because of the downgrade. Moving on to sectors. Alright, no surprise here. Leaders Energy. Okay, followed by Industrials. Was Industrials. Cat. Okay. John Deere. Alright. Look at these leaders, right? We got financials. I'm hoping that helps Goldman Sachs, right? Okay. Is there a laggard? The only little laggard is, of course, what's moved the most. It was technology and semiconductors. That's not even really a laggard, though, right? All right. Let's go into some. What are we going to some news? We go into some news. I am gonna miss doing this. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see here. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just want to pull up. I think I closed what I had open. Give me 1 second, guys. Apologize. I apologize. And of course, thank you, Chief J. Thank you. I'm really gonna miss it. Hoping it's only a couple weeks, not a month or something. Um, Now I gotta reset this, and I apologize for this. Let me just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right. I think I might be Rosita's cheat sheet. I'm the Cliff Notes in the morning, while she's the entrepreneur of being busy in the mornings. All right. So what do we got? Fed's Powell, right? In the spotlight as pressure grows to fish or cut bait on rates. So he's talking today at 11 a.m. Okay, now there we go. The John Deere raises profit, right? That's cat. And let's see here. Applied materials. This is what I want to talk about. Now, even though applied materials is kind of down pre-market, which is interesting, these are the applied materials that make semiconductors. Like it's like the manufacturing tools maker. It beat expectations, right? And here's the other thing, of course. Alphabet defeated a lawsuit. That's a big thing, right? But then, additionally, right there, Samsung Electronics will not change the default search engine on the smartphones from Google to Microsoft's Bing anytime soon. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Okay. Now, in other news, Berkshire Hathaway bought even more of Occidental Petroleum. Okay. Neo electric vehicles. Let's see there. It says the Chinese electric vehicle maker has invested in a startup firm that is developing fusion technologies. It says that aim to bring controlled fusion for commercial uses globally into 2 decades. So that's news on that. And the Teslas of India, Walt Disney. Looks like their company will shutter its immersive Star Wars themed luxury hotel in Orlando this September, less than 2 years after it opened. The media giant cut costs throughout this entertainment and park businesses. All right, now you can see Applied Materials here raise the target price. Okay, Walmart got a raise. I talked about that earlier. All right, that's that. Let's look at the economic calendar today. Okay, so today we have Fed Williams' speech, 8:45 a.m. We have Fed Bowman at 9 a.m. Now I didn't know about these Fed speakers, because Rosa, my scoop, she told me that these were happening. I had no clue until she told me. I'm just kidding. Um, Inside joke. So we got Powell at 11 a.m. All right. So I don't know what the hell he's gonna say, but obviously whatever he says is gonna move the markets. Okay, so let's look at some other stuff here. Bank of America. Let's see here. They talked about some inflows and outflows. So Bank of America said cash flows inflows are slowing. 151 billion in the past 4 weeks versus 404 billion in 4 weeks after SVB collapse. All right. They talked about other inflows too, about gold. Also, the Treasury's cash balance falls to 68.3 billion, the lowest since 2001. Alrighty. Real quick, we could look at the Fed funds rate. And it's odd. It's moving higher. That we're gonna get a hike. It's kind of crazy. Very interesting, right? Very interesting that we're at 35.6% of a quarter base rate hike. This was 0 before. It keeps rising. That's really interesting, right? Let's look at the what is that, the 5-year break-even inflation rate. That peaked up here. It's kind of moving down a little bit. All right, let's move on. That's about all I wanted to talk about. Now, OPEX today, I already talked about that. Oh, that doesn't look good. Hold on a second. You guys can't see that. It doesn't matter. It really hasn't moved. Okay. The Fed's balance sheet. That's not. That's after they did that, but the banks use it as collateral. That doesn't really matter much. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the daily charts. Let's move on. We'll start out with SPY. Good old SPY. All right. Oh, not a surprise. Um, so you can see we broke out here, right? Went over to 1417, 417.44. Broke out over that key level, right? Let's zoom in. All right. You can see this anchored VWAP right here acted as support. But now we have a market with all fanned out moving averages. The 8, the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. That's usually a very bullish sign. Okay. Now it's a very large candle. You know, pretty much came back to this level and we just pushed higher. Okay, large volume. So I made a nice move. Okay, where are we now? 420.45. We're actually gapping up today. Now, after having 2 large days, okay, and you're gonna gap up, more than not, that's a definitely time to do some selling of covered calls or some credit spreads with calls, because you can probably most likely expect some type of pullback. I mean, you just don't go up, up, gap up, you know. Not saying we can't go higher today, but I believe if we gap up and go higher and we get some excess at the top, we're most likely going to consolidate and pull back a little bit. Okay. Now, very different, right? Here's the profile. This was the big balance area. That's why the move was so big, right? When you coil this long, the move becomes really big. Okay. Let's look at those weeklies. That 10-week EMA. You can see if you just played that this week, the touch of that, you'd have been sitting pretty with a nice long. Okay. Let's move on to the Qs. What a candle. Jeez. What a candle there. Just friggin' parabolic. That's crazy. Okay. So let's go to this move here. We'll just zoom in right here. Okay. Got the fanned out moving averages. Broke, this 330 level. Pushed all the way up to 337.49. Actually made a new high for the year. For the last year, actually. Look, you go all the way back to this candle here, which was August 16th, 2022. You broke those highs. Okay, let's move back to here. Okay, big volume. Check out the monthly profile. Check out the 30 days. You see the most traded price was here. So, look, what do you do from here? You break out, and you get a big move. Okay. Where are we now? Remember, I told you the Nasdaq's a little weaker. We're at 337.52. 337.52. Actually, we're right at the top of the range yesterday. right at the top. Let's look at the weeklies. Pretty strong here, right? There's that level I just talked about. Well, can we make it up to 346? Can we do that? I don't know. That would be pretty that would be pretty momentous move. Okay. All right. Let's look at the Dow. Dow's been weaker, okay? United Healthcare has been getting hammered. Might be a buying opportunity in United Healthcare. It's been getting hammered. That's why the Dow was weak. I mean, look at yesterday's low. That was weak. And then it got life. Okay. All right. So we closed over the 20 simple moving average here. Look at this. Look at this in the Dow. This lower wick, when it was at its lows, was below the 20 simple moving average, the 80 EMA in the daily, the 100 moving average, and this anchor VWAP. It was below all of them at one point yesterday. And we closed above all of them. We closed above all of them. So now, what's that level we got to look at in the Dow? Okay, because you did break out of this level. 337. 337, okay? So I'm going to put an alert here. Now this might be part of my swing play, just like the Russell. I'm going to put a trade alert there. I'm going to set a regular alert there. So we got an alert now. Let me just set this alerts to show arrows. There we go. Okay. So I want to see right here. So I might do a couple things here. In options, I might look at a butterfly. I might look at a ratio. I might look at a call vertical. There's a bunch of things you can do. The IB rank is very low, so that would mean that if you did do a call vertical or a call, it's cheaper. Okay. Now let's look at the profile. Now we're edging towards, where do we go, right? We went right in the middle to the most traded price yesterday. That's not a coincidence. Right in the middle. Now, remember what I said. If this, check this out. This was the most traded price of this week, the most traded price of this week, and now look where we just moved to the most traded price of the month. What happens from there? Big moves. If you can take out this level, we're going to move back to the top of this range. Okay? That's how it works. Look at this. 10-week EMA. What did we do? Closed above it. Now this is a weekly, so it needs to make this today and needs to close above it. Where are we at now? 336.45. Let's go back to the daily chart. 336.45. So we're 336.45. Right at the highs. Right at the highs. Okay. Moving on. So that's 337 level. You got to watch that. Remember, this has been weaker, so you need financials and healthcare to help, especially United Healthcare, Goldman Sachs, to push the Dow up. Okay. Now let's move over to the Russell, which has been the weakest. And what do we have today? I always have to look at this, okay, because it's very important. The Regional Bank ETF, KRE, it is up 0.5% pre-market. Okay. PAC-W up 4.28% pre-market. Credit Suisse up 2.22% pre-market. Okay. That's going to help out the Russell. Now the Russell, it's back out here. We had the most traded price of the rolling year right here. Well, guess what? We went above it. We went above that level. Okay. So we have a big consolidation here. Let's zoom in. We got to look at this because I'm really liking this. Okay. I was looking at a pullback here yesterday, but the market got so weak. You see, it got weak. So I was right here at 176 looking for a pullback to get long. And the market got so weak, but then it flipped a switch. And look at the lows. Went right to the 50-day. and then it got bought up, right? And it closed. But I didn't like it. There wasn't really a good setup for it. I'm still looking for possibly a pullback. Where are we going, right? 179.1. Put that on your list, okay? 171. All right, I'm actually going to put an alert here. Go below that level. We'll get myself a trade alert. We'll set a regular alert so I don't have to keep setting it. Oh, and I just canceled that. That is annoying as hell when that happens. I do that all the time. It's annoying. Oh God, it's so annoying when I do that. Create. All right, it's got alert there. All right, so where are we at now? 178. So we're gapping up here. 178, which is a gamma level. 178. I'm looking. I would like to get a pullback to here. And then the same thing. I would target the 179. Okay. I would definitely target this level. And again, I could be a butterfly, call vertical. Okay. It'd be really nice to target that. Now again, these are going to be more swing plays for me because now that I'm going away. All right, let's look at the profile. So it moved away yesterday from this most traded price of the last month. Okay. Let me change this. Give me one sec, guys. I just want to change this. Okay. Let's look at the weeklies. Now, look what the Russell did. We're peaking above the 10-week EMA. Can we close above it? We haven't closed above that since February 27th of this year. Look at that. Have not been able to close above that. This is really key. Okay. Okay. All right, moving on. Triple-headed monster time. This is the key. Okay, this is the key. 10-year yield. Why are you rising? Look at that rise. This would scare me. Look at this, smart money. This has happened before where the bond market leads and you're like, that's weird. Interest rates are going higher. Yields are going higher and the market's going higher. Look at that. We're up to the 3.6 level. Look at the move the bond market has made. 10-year yields at 3.692 right now. Very interesting. Why is that happening? You usually see the other way. Bond markets, yields in stocks don't go up together, especially in tech stocks. Bond market knows something we don't. This is a leading indicator. If you're a bear, you like seeing this. Okay? If you're a bear, you like seeing this. And let's just go put a real quick here. We can put on just generally. Let's just put on the SPY in the background. And let me change this to be a different color. We'll make it green. So that's the SPY. Okay, we'll go out. See, usually it's inverse. See, look at that. SPY goes down, yields go up. Right? Yields go up, SPY goes down. Well, now look. Yields going up. We'll zoom into this here. Yields going up and the market's going up. You see the difference there? Look at that. Market goes up, yields go down. See? This is a broken correlation. Okay, market going up, yields going up. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Hope that helped everybody out. Okay, really think about that. All right, here's the VIX. We drop below 16. Obviously, that was the move up, right? Can we push above, right? Got an alert set here. Just watch the VIX. VIX is kind of dead a little bit, but we have to watch. Now the dollar. The dollar. Huge move up yesterday, but now it's getting some selling today. A little bit. Okay. Doji land. This candle went to the top of the Doji land. Okay. Now, what can happen from here? I don't know, but a lot of people are short the dollar. Full transparency, the other day when gold dipped, I bought some gold. Okay. And I will add to it. So that's enough for this. All right. Hope everybody, the bond market really is telling you they see further down movement in the stock market. Now, couldn't that change? It can. We'll have to see. That's a very telltale sign. Bond market, smart money. Okay. Um, let's move on to the market profile, volume profile. All right. All right, I'm going to show you something. And this is killing me that I'm not going to be with you guys in the morning. Because talk about an elephant being holding up by a toothpick. All right, so here's our market profile and volume profile. Okay. Now, okay, let's look at it together. What do we have here? Notice most trader price of the week and the month is still down here. Okay. Now notice the profile. Okay, this is very important. This is called overextended, and Josh Schuler from Trader Profile calls this the slope of hope. The slope of hope. Now, this can continue. However, you're running out of participants. Okay, that's what volume shows you. Look at the volume down here and look at this big taper. It's running out of steam. Okay? And now, what do you guys always hear me say? Price precedes value. However, it's either value catches up to price and this moves higher, which is bullish, or price returns back to value. Okay? So this is not a chance to go long, okay? We're running out of steam here. That's why I'm saying, think about this. Big buy, gap up. That's a nice, like I said, a covered call or a credit spread above. Okay? That's called over exuberance. It's just worth the risk. Running out of steam, okay? So that's the profile. Okay? Now we go to our key levels right here. Okay? As long as we stay up now, as long as we stay above that, still bullish. Okay? Now, let's see. Let's look at this. We're at the top of the range. We're going higher right now. This is setting up, guys, I'm telling you, this is setting up. When you have two buying days go up and the third gap up, just that's significant, okay? Because FOMO starts to kick in. Now, look at the past. Single prints, single prints, okay? And now we're gapping up. So we have a gap up, right? It's right at the highs. We have a low here. And it's even better, guys. It's even better what this is. Okay, we have a spike. Let's talk about spike rules, okay? Emotional buying right here. Boop. Look at this volume. Paper thin. It's a toothpick. It's a toothpick. Okay? We're going higher. Go higher. I want it to go higher. Go. Okay? Single prints right here. Okay? So here's how we read this spike. Okay? Spike rules are, if you're trading within the spike, it's bullish. If you're trading above the spike, which right now we are, is very bullish. Okay? But this is a spike after multiple days of buying. So it is bullish, no doubt. Market's accepting the higher prices, right? But what else do we have? Maybe Rosita. On my last day before I take a hiatus, maybe Rosita has learned something. Maybe you can tell me what you see as well in the overnight session. Maybe. I don't even know if you're still listening because you're an entrepreneur and you might be doing other stuff. But I'm going to give you 2 seconds because I don't got a lot of time here. All right. Maybe you're not listening or maybe you don't know. Okay. Here we go. We got a weak low here. Why? Here's the close yesterday. Okay. Maybe this will give you a clue. There you go. You win. We ain't got it. 100% net long. Okay. Check this out. If you got long here, everybody's long. Right? If you are long here, good. You're long here. Great. And now guess what? You're long here and you're gapping up. This is setting up for a classic fade. And keep going. Keep going higher. Right? That's even better. So, this is the important level. 42.11. The close. It's beautiful, this setup right now. Beautiful setup. Okay? It's beautiful, guys. Beautiful. So, here's the week low. Why? Overnight low. The close. Okay? Single prints underneath, which will not be supportive. Beautiful. Top of the range in the overnight. So everybody's long. And they're still buying. And guess what? Most traded price of the overnight is right there at 42.19. So if we do something like this and you come through this area, that's the most traded price of the overnight. It's probably going right to the overnight low. And this will be the test, guys. This will be the test. If we can't clean these and you start pushing back up, well, that is going to be bullish. That's a sign. Relax on your short. But if you see weakness, we're cleaning these single prints. Okay? And we're going to go back to where? Where are we going to go back? I know you know it. I know you know it. Well, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Maybe Rosita might know. 50% Fibonacci of yesterday, 4190. Okay, what else is there? You have demand. You have yesterday's most traded price. Okay, beautiful setup. And of course, my last day. All right, my last day for right now. Beautiful. I'm getting excited. All right. So, gave you some of the scenario already. All right. Now, what are we also in? I didn't even like to think about it. We're in a supply zone. We're already in a supply zone. Okay. Let's talk about this plan. I know I'm long today. I'm talking long today. All right. I'm feeling a little better. I had that bug. My lord, that bug was not fun, and I'm still experiencing some of it. I don't need to get too graphic here. All right. So, okay, let's talk about this. You already know what I'm going to say here. Now, in a perfect world, all right? Let's move this chart up a little bit. We're already in supply zone, guys. Okay? So, what I would love to see is this. Great. Gap and go. Beautiful. Right? Let's say we did it right here. Well, if you go through the open, very aggressive, market could go right through the open. Here we go. Okay? This would be like on your mark, get set, ready, go here at this 42.19, 42.20 area. Okay? If you knock through that and you get a little bit of a pullback or whatever, woo, and you come back down to this week low. Remember, the week low was the overnight low, the settlement, and the start of single prints. Okay? If you look at some pre-market stocks, they're holding kind of above the highs of yesterday or a little below them. What do you think people are going to do if you just had this much profit? Taking profit. Clean those singles. And this is the real test. 50% Fibonacci, demand in yesterday's most traded price. Right? I don't know how much weakness you get. We could bounce from here, or if the market wants to go lower, we're gonna go. We got a big demand zone here. We could go here. Okay. Now, let's talk about a possible what could happen as well. Okay. Now we have gap. Okay. If this gets more exuberance, which it can, you got to look at the gap fill. Okay. So we know the gap fill's here. So we know if gap and go, obviously is the bullish. Gap and failure to fill the gap is bullish. A fill the gap and go is bullish. Okay, we know that stuff. Go back into the gap, that's bearish. Okay, so what you want to see, if you still want to go long, which I'm not going long, but this could still be a valid setup. Okay, so you can see a push up, come back down, hold it, market could go higher. Okay, definitely could. Then the real test, we just talked about the short scenario, is coming back in, and this is the test. Okay, this week low, if we come in here and we can't dip, if we cannot clean these single prints, that is a clear sign the bulls are just too strong. Just a clear sign that the sellers are just not strong. Okay, and of course, if we do what I said with our short scenario and we come down here, well, here's the next test. This could be the next pop. Remember, anything over these levels is bullish. What I'm talking about now is just a now trade, not what I think the market's going to fall apart. Okay, of course, we can go down here too. That's what I see. Okay, I'm excited now. All right, let's go to the NASDAQ. And I'm going way over like I wanted to, but it's the last day, so it's fine, right? Last day for now. All right, let's go over what we normally go over. Talk about an extension of a profile. There's this one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Smaller and smaller. Slope of hope. There it is. Supply zone overhead. Okay. Okay, where's our key levels? Well, we have our most traded price of the week all the way down here. Okay, now the market's job is, can you build value out here to move this up here? Well, that's going to be bullish. Talked about in the ES, right? However, if price cannot pull value up, it returns back to value. Doesn't mean it has to happen, okay? That's how you read the market structure. Don't look at price and just think, ooh, we're falling, now we're going to crash. That's not how it works. So, I've been saying this the whole time we stayed above these levels. You have to be bullish. I've said it every day, right? And that's what happened. You got to look what the market's showing you, okay? So, overnight high. Now look, this has changed. The Nasdaq is gapping higher now, okay? Not as beautiful as a setup as the ES is, okay? So, here's yesterday's highs, yesterday's low. But what do we have, guys? Look at the Nasdaq single prints. Single prints, single prints, single prints, single prints. That is not a strong foundation. That is not a strong foundation. Rosita knows a little bit of a foundation of a house. This is not the foundation you want your house built on, okay? So, we have demand here though, okay? So, got to be cognizant of that. We have a spike. Price is above the spike, that's bullish. We're not exactly 100% net long, but we're pretty much, I would say, maybe 85% net long. But not of a good of a setup though. Why is that? It's a very balanced profile. We're in the middle of the session. That means that these longs have already been liquidated their position. That move has already happened, unless we open up here in the supply zone. Okay, so not as pretty as a setup. You can see the difference, right? So it's a weakish low. It's not the best like the ES is. Okay, it's not, but you do have the close here. Overnight low here. Most trader price is here of the overnight. So it's still valid. It's just not as pretty as the ES. Okay? But boy, do you have an elephant. You have a toothpick holding up an elephant here. Okay? Now when I say that, it's just a fact. It does not mean that the market has to fall. I want to make that clear. It does not mean that I'm telling you to short it. It just means that it's on poor foundation. Okay? Alright, let's talk about the trade plan here. I'm running way over. I don't even know who I have with me, but I'm running way over that I want to do. So let's talk about it. I'm really excited about the ES. Okay, let's talk about it. Alright, now we got a little gap here, so that's our gap. Okay, that's the gap fill. Of course, like I said, if we're really bullish, hold the gap, go into the supply. I am not getting long. That is not long for me. I'm not interested really, but you have to talk about a scenario that could happen, okay? Of course, test this week low. This is the telltale. Now, in the Nasdaq's a little different. We could definitely clean these single prints, but then what do you have here? You have demand zone. So it's not as great as short, okay? We could definitely bounce. And we're way above these key levels, okay? even if we get super weakness in the market, right? And then we also got to talk about this. This has been actually acting as support as well. The most traded prices of the previous day, that could also be support. And this is still in this demand zone because it's so big. Okay. Now, what I would like to see, if you want to see any kind of type of bearish activity, is a push up into the supply zone. Get more liquidity up, right? What do we got? Long from here, long from here, long from here, long from here. Okay. So push up NASDAQ into the supply. Give me some liquidity. Okay. Then if you come across through that open, that could be the move, right? Man, if we, fill that gap, you're probably going to get some kind of activity there. But then if we come down and the market really starts pushing, clean those singles, like I said, we could bounce off here. But if we don't, and we come down here and test the most traded price of yesterday, this is the real test, I believe. And you crush that, you got 50% Fibonacci of yesterday here. I don't know if this happens, okay? I really don't. But if it does and we come down here, we're cleaning these single prints and we're going down here. I don't know if that happens, but that's possible if the market just gets weak. Remember, we're so overextended. But remember, in the macro scheme, as long as you stay above this level, it's bullish. That's what you have to understand. You could go all the way down to here. Is you don't break this level, the market is still bullish. All right. That ES, boy. Let's look at that again. Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm going to still be doing this channel, so subscribe. Set an alert. I most likely will be doing recaps of the day. If not recaps, I'll do a weekly outlook on the weekends. I'll try to do that. Okay? I will definitely try to do that. Like I said, I'm still going to be involved in the market, just not day trading. Of course, give me a big thumbs up. And you guys got my Twitter and my Instagram. Okay, this week I was a little sick and I had some extra business like that you guys know now that it's taken me away, that I couldn't do some reels today on trades that I had. I had some nice trading week this week. So I hope everybody got the plan. That ES thing is still intact. Beautiful. 42.11. That's the week low. Okay, that's the week low. Now, man, when I see gamma levels up there or something and a big one up there, whew, could be just a SPX call credit spread right off the open. I have to see. Okay. So everybody, thank you for joining me this whole time, whoever subscribed. All right, really appreciate it. I'm up to 109 subscribers. Never thought I'd even be over 100, let alone 109. Okay, I'm still trying to grow the channel. I will be back. Okay, I just want to thank everybody who joins me every morning. It really means a lot to me. I really enjoy, I have a passion for the markets. And there's a reason to why they work. That's why I love market profile and bond profile. Okay, it's not a feeling. I don't have a feeling. I go off the chart. Okay, now fundamentals trump technicals. However, where there's buyers and sellers, fundamentals help be a catalyst. Okay, because there's always longs and there's always shorts, and somebody's going to be in pain. Okay, the shorts have been taken out already. Who's going to get squeezed right now? Think about that. Which shorts are just shorting like right now? We broke out. Okay, so you guys got the plan. That week. Oh man, that week low. Oh boy, that's the barometer for the market for me. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to be watching Home Depot, Goldman Sachs, Roblox, Baba. That's what got my eyes paid attention to right now. Okay. So everybody have a good day. Stay green. And unfortunately, I won't be seeing you Monday. But maybe I'll do a Sunday video for the week. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Um, what a last day to leave off on, right? What a last day. Really love that setup. Beautiful setup. Okay. Um, so that's it. All right. And today, like I'll do a midday update. Remember, it's OPEX. Remember that. Okay. So something crazy could happen in the morning, but then remember, dealers and market makers won't have to hedge later on. And if we fall around the big gamma level in certain stocks, remember, look at Apple at 175. I'm gonna look to take advantage of that. Maybe some iron butterfly, maybe strangle, maybe something like that. Okay, around the pinning stocks. Okay, so that's about it. I'll leave you with that. Remember that. I'm just saying. Remember that today. It's operations. OPEX, monthly expiration. Okay, so everybody, thank you for being with me, and let's have a good day. All right, take it easy.